Smoked the cancer right out of him with weed, Ronnie Hawkins.
Thank you, lady. How you doing?
Good to see you, sir.
You handsome, Bruce.
Oh, shush. Mr. Hawkins, you've done a lot of things in your career, haven't you?
Well, they said I had a wonderful time, I can tell you that.
I don't remember any of it anymore,
well,
dude.
If you think Eric Clapton couldn't remember the 70s.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's so many. Well, I'll talk to you about a bunch of things. I want to talk to the cancer in a second. First, the near-death experience with someone trying to shoot you while you're driving. Did you get shot at a couple times?
I've been shot at 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
You're
like 50 Cent.
See, you got to remember, I tried to put a band together called the Blackhawks before Black was beautiful. We had a lot of problems. So they.
And it was you in an African American backing band?
Yes, out of Stillwell, Oklahoma, when I was in the military. That's when the country was safe. Didn't have none of this stuff going on when I was in there. Me and Audie Murphy.
Yeah, it was safe. It was safe for white guys back then, you know.
But I got to play with these 5 black cats, and they were really, really good. But they wouldn't accept it at that time. We had too much trouble. That's where we got shotgun. Sawed-off shotgun is not really, really lethal at long distances. Yeah. But it's enough to break the back of your window, your rear window in your car.
Scared the hell out of you when it happened?
Are you kidding? I was getting ready to outrun that car.
But you know, before look, let's play a video of your farewell show. Most bands have a farewell concert where they go and they play the last time, and then they ride off into the sunset. Let's play a video of Ronnie Hawkins, a farewell show, a tribute to him.
I can't forget how you and I first met.
Right behind you there.
Your words ring well, boy. You said, "What luck? Hey, you little." Are you the bellboy?
Look at that room, man. The great David Foster on piano, Paul Anka there, President Bill Clinton, you know, and they're singing to you because you're gonna die.
Well, they thought I was, and everybody else thought I was, but I hadn't planned on it. I know. It really pissed that film crew off because they came in there for 3 months and going to film the death, right? When I got well, they had to change the ending. Were they ever mad?
So talk about that moment when the doctor says, "I'm sorry, Ronnie, we can't do anything for you. You've got like 3 months, 6 months to go."
That's exactly what they did, and I thought, well, you know, anything can happen, so I figured I'd live a pretty full life anyway. And I knew my family, if they sold everything I had, they might be able to last a month or 2. But I was ready to go, so we just started partying.
Really?
I tell you what, Charles Atlas would have died those 3 months I was partied, because we partied every night, George. I mean, we was in there, going back to the old days when we were ignorant, doing things you shouldn't ever do, right? But if you just got 3 months.
What do you mean? Like, what kind of things?
Well, you know, magical mystery powder. that shit that'll turn Billy Batts from the crippled newsboy into Captain Marvel. That kind of stuff.
So if the cancer didn't kill you, the overdose would have killed you.
They thought for sure I was going.
But then what happens? So you get, I mean, I know you've told the story a million times, but I need to hear it from you. You get this email from a guy that says, "I can heal you through dreams"?
Yes, a young cat. He was only, I think, 16 or 17 years old then. But his dad had known about me in records out there in BC. So we started getting these, they called and sending emails and stuff. So they said, "What do you want to try anything?" I said, "If you think you're dying, you'll eat dog poop." if you think it'll save you.
Yeah. You do enough of the drugs you were doing, you'd eat dog food too, right?
But I tried everything. They got a magnet that's supposed to draw all the stuff out. I tried magnets. I tried Robbie Robertson and Lonnie Mack. Both of them sent me some kind of a mixture. You know, Robbie's in with those Indian medicine men, right? So they put me up some kind of a thing together, and it smelled funny, and so did Lonnie Mack, the great guitar player, if you know who he is, because he's into that mystery stuff too. So they sent me this stuff, and what it was is this vitamins and stuff, I guess. It's supposed to make your immune system a lot stronger, I guess is what it was. I drank that. I tried the magnets. I, did backflips and bet myself in the ass a couple of times. but here I am.
Yeah, you're all right. It's an amazing story. I mean, it's a million things that you've been a part of. You played the inauguration for Bill Clinton?
Yeah, that was really good. I played the inauguration plus the Arkansas Bash. That was the wild one. Yeah. And I did this song. It was a silly song, rockabilly song called Wild Willie. And we did it for the first time in 30 years, I guess. And Bill's mom was alive. And she came up and said, "Oh, Ronnie, that was such a wonderful song. I'm glad she didn't listen to the lyrics."
Oh, no kidding. Well, as time would go on, we all figured out that Bill did take the lyrics very literally when he was in the office.
Oh, yes. But he's one of them smart guys, boy. You got to get him on your show. You'll like him, man.
Why don't you make a call for us?
I'll have to call him collect.
I'll take it up there. It's been, 50 years since you come to Canada nearly?
I came in 1958, right there at the old Golden Rail in Hamilton. And I want to tell you something. We didn't know nothing about Canada. We thought it was a wilderness country. You know, we'd seen them, all them wild people, and igloos and Eskimos and Indians and...
Were you from Arkansas?
And Mounties. Well, Levon's dad, let me tell you, he'd never been out of Phillips County, Arkansas in his life, Levon's dad. So he's getting ready to make this venture to Canada, right? He said, "Boy, don't let me warn you. Them damn Canadians are just like a Mexican. They'll stick a knife in you for a dime, so be very careful." That's how much you knew about Canada.
And you got here and it was quite the opposite.
Oh,
you
my gosh, it was the promised land, George. It still is. Canada is the promised land. And back then, everybody but Canadians knew it. Back then, there were 13 million people in Canada. There's still just 13 million Canadians, but think how many other people came over. We're about 50 million now, aren't we?
Well, as you saw at the top of the show, you fathered half of them, so you're doing all right. So, and when you look back at the whole 50 years and your time here and sort of the breadth of your experience, do you have moments that stand out to you? Like, do you remember that day that the guys in the band said we're going to play with Bob Dylan? Like, do you remember that kind of stuff?
Oh, yeah. Well, they were upset that I got married. That's what started. Ricky Denko put that in his book, if you read it, because I couldn't babysit them anymore. I had to stay home with my wife some of the time.
Right.
But anyway, everybody was offering them money. They were a real good band, George. We'd been playing hard for 4 or 5 years, and that's 6, 7 nights a week. Plus, we had the practice routine back then where we practiced 4 or 5 nights just to get the... If you're staying in a bar, you've got to change the songs a lot, Same old songs, just different keys, but you got to change them. And they got really, really good. And they were getting offers from a lot of people besides Bob. I'm trying to think of some of the names right now, but I'm a little blank. My photographic memory has been off for about 72 years. But everybody was after
them. They're an amazing band.
They were an amazing band. And if they'd have done what Richard Manuel was the one that had that throat. See, I hired Richard just for his throat because he wasn't a great piano player at all when he started, just very average. But that's why I hired Garth Hudson. Yeah. He was a teacher, music genius just about. I never could understand what he was talking about and still can't. But he's really good.
If you see Daniel Lanois' new film, Garth Hudson's in it, and he's incredible playing the piano. John Lennon comes to your house in Mississauga?
Yes, boy, that got me some press. I took advantage of that one. I took advantage of that one. Everybody was calling us John there. I said, yeah, he's been bugging me for years to come here. I just finally let him come because I'm tired of putting up with him.
What was John like?
John was one of the nicest guys in the world. Something else. A lot better than I expected, thinking, because he was the #1 man in the world then. He was the leader of the Beatles. Now, Yoko was a little hard for me to understand because she's one of them super intelligent girls. And you're not going to believe this, but I've always had trouble with super intelligent girls wanting to go out with me. There's something wrong with them. George?
Can people see you live? You going to play? What's going on with your playing? You still do? You just did a show, didn't you?
I'm just trying to get it together right now with the group Cambria. They're helping me out a lot. These guys are something else.
These guys have saved you from financial ruin?
They saved me from everything. And I'm doing a little of this and a little of that. And if the plans go and I can stay alive, we'll be having some fun here. Me and you'll step out one of these days and I'll show you things that kings and queens ain't even read about.
Show me, sir. I will be your student. I once saw Bo Diddley playing his 60th birthday, and he said nice words about you as he sang the song that you wrote, Hey, Bo Diddley. It's great to see you, Hawk. Thanks for coming in, man.
It's great to see you, and you're the hottest thing in town, kid.
Oh, come on now. Thank you very much. Ronnie Hawkins, everybody. More to come on the hour, including this.
Thank you. And by the way, where's my shirt?